I got to say, yesterday morning, everybody I talked to, Democrats, Republicans.
People were like, oh, it's close.
Media people.
Yeah. It's a little too close.
They were all saying, we have no idea where this is going to go. Like either one of these people could win. And then again, an absolute blowout. And again, an absolute blowout in a state that hasn't elected the same party to the governorship 3 times in a row since 1960. Right. And they elect their first woman Democratic governor, just like Virginia elected its first woman governor.
The second woman governor.
I said Democratic.
Oh, yes, Democratic.
Yeah, Democratic. Virginia, their first Muslim to a statewide office, who also happened to be a woman. Then you had the first Muslim elected mayor of the most powerful economic and cultural city on the planet. I mean, last night, not a great night for white nationalists.
Oh, my goodness. All these DEI hires.
I mean, I will say...
All these DEI hires that the voters, like, they crushed their opponents politically.
I was standing in the Mamdani headquarters at the Paramount Theater in Brooklyn last night. Oh, wow. And it occurred to me that the same country and the same city that gave rise to Donald John Trump gave rise to Zohran Kwame Mamdani. Right? The same way that the same country that gave us Donald John Trump gave us Barack Hussein Obama. Right. And that in different moments in American life, I don't think of this as a tendency some of us have and others don't. I think of these as tendencies within each of our hearts to be more generous, be more open to others, want others at the table, tendencies to close off, be more cruel, be more miserly. And last night was a good night for a vision of America that is comfortable with a bigger we. And I will also say, when you look at these different people winning in different places, you're seeing Democrats center a kind of quality of life agenda that allows there to be some people interpreting that in a more leftist, socialist way, where that is appropriate. You're allowing that kind of same frame to be in other places, a kind of, I'm just kitchen table, I'm just protecting your health care, no jazz hands. And it's actually a useful frame that allows a party to be coherent, but allows people to be different.
I mean, and the Democratic Party has it right now. The Republican Party doesn't have it. Republicans always talked about how Ronald Reagan was a great synthesizer. There's no synthesizer in the Republican Party right now that can bring two sides together inside the same movement. But that's what the Democratic Party has. And you look at last night, and my gosh, it's just a strong repudiation. Yeah. I will say, of the politics of anger and hate and rage. Yeah. I saw Abigail Spanberger last night. And, I've always thought, I've got a lot of good friends who have gone in the MAGA direction that I've known for a very long time. I've known them. I've known their parents. I've known their preachers. And I would say the disconnect with their politics and what they've been taught for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, so starkly different. And so sometimes you're reminded it's the simple things, right? Sometimes for me, when I'm in church and I've wandered away too far, I hear a simple verse. That's what brings tears to my eye. Not a great sermon, but just a simple verse that talks about God's grace. Last night, I heard the simplicity of Abigail Spanberger with her children and husband behind him. And he wiped a tear from his eye because he was proud of his wife, because he's a real man. And I heard her talk, and what did she talk about, Jonathan? Being nice, showing grace, showing humility, pointing to her parents, thanking them for their service to America. And I sat there thinking, wait, this is what we all used to hear on election night before 2016.
I've missed it.
This is where my friends were. These are the candidates my friends voted for in the Republican Party. My friends voted for in the Democratic Party. Somebody that actually talks about, hey, for those of you that did not vote for me, I want you to know I'm going to work with you. I'm going to fight to be your governor and to listen to you and to try to do my best for you. It was an open-armed, gracious acceptance speech. It didn't talk about how great she was, just talked about the importance of grace and kindness.
Yeah, our politics have gotten so divisive and the MAGA movement so angry. It's easy to forget that that's what we strive toward. It is so simple to just hide behind our phone screens or just watch the one cable news network or listen to the one podcast and forget the other side. They're Americans too. They're your neighbors. That grace note has largely been lost. President Trump, let's be clear, he governs for his base. He has said that. He doesn't try to be a president for all the people. It was nice to hear last night these winners say they will reach across the aisle, try to be the leader, the governor for, the mayor for those who didn't vote for him or her. That is different. And we should also note, refreshing in this age of Trump, that the losing Republican candidates last night in both New Jersey and Virginia both immediately conceded, congratulated the victor, and said they wanted to work with them to make their states better.
All right.
And that actually works.
It does.
The first time I won, I was in a really tough race, Simone, a really tough race. And really tough race. I won. And that I immediately called my opponent and said, I didn't deserve to win. I can't do this without you. You're so much smarter than I am. Can I please come over tomorrow? And can we talk? My mom was so pissed off at me. My dad said, you're so weak, Joey. Why would you do that to that person that attacked you said all those lies about you? I was like, whatever. I went over and I talked to her. And we had a great talk. And then the first time something rough happened a month or two later, who did the paper call first? Her, to get a nasty quote about me. And you know what she said? She goes, he's doing a good job. We talk all the time. We can work together. It costs nothing. It costs nothing.
You gain a lot.
I told somebody in Trump's administration early in the first term, make friends. This is a friend-making business. You can get things done. I got to say, this is all very, not only foreign to me, it's so unbelievably stupid that people behave this way in politics because you're only cutting off your nose.
The president has been trying to break our politics, and I think last night what we saw from the candidates, the campaigns, and the voters is that the people still have the power, that they are very clear about the kind of country they still want to have, and last night people fought for it. So you get the country you fight for.
And can I just say, Joe, I was just thinking, I first came on this show December 2015, and you and I began a conversation that we've had on and off for 10 years about
your hair.
That too. That
so
too.
I
love it.
That's for
It's
the Instagram
so
feed.
good.
That's for the Instagram, you know.
It's so good.
But we've had a conversation, in addition to my hair, about whether the system holds under Trump or not, whether we're still in normal politics under Trump and normal politics works as a remedy, or whether we get kind of out of window. And I think there have been moments that suggest one and the other. But last night was a strong confirmation that politics is still functioning. The thermostat is still working. If you are mean and cruel to people and abduct their neighbors off the street, we're not living in some fantasy land where people have no idea what's going on.
Right.
And people are like, that's bad, that's too much, you're unkind, you don't care about me, things are expensive, and you don't care about that because you're trying to sell sneakers and crypto. And the thermostat clicks in a different direction.
Right. And
that's a very reassuring thing.
Even Joe Rogan says, that's not what we voted for.
Yeah.
We voted for that.
Right.
And I think a lot of Americans are saying, that's not what we voted for. You said you were going to get rid of murderers and rapists and thugs. And here you are going after moms in school lines.
And saying you
picking
should
up
go
their
further.
children for elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah.